Myself Ashok Singh Gaur, Assistant Professor in Rama University, Faculty of Engineering and Technology. Basically, I am describing cloud computing. What is the cloud? Why we need this technology? Basically, before that, what the things that required such type of technology? Cloud, there are the two terms actually, cloud and cloud computing. Basically, what is the cloud? Cloud. Cloud refers to a distinct IT environment which we can remotely access. There is a word, remotely. Okay, remotely means just distributed like network, means user can access, upload different type of data format from one location to different location. The basic this figure just a boundary description of any cloud, just like a cloud that travels everywhere. Okay, so cloud computing is a technology to deliver the resources, to access the resources with the help of internet, with the help of internet. Cloud computing means with the help of internet. With the help of internet from different location. Suppose for example, I am explaining this concept from my example. Banking system. There is a head branch, suppose in Bangalore, and there are number of branches in all over the world or all over the India, suppose in Kanpur, in Lucknow, different type of cities, some rural sites also. So, how is it possible to access the data? Data is centralized. Data means what actually? There is a term, data and information. Data and information. What is data? These generally we use this term related to each other. There is a data, there is a information. What is the actually data? Data is a raw fact actually, raw facts. Okay. So, like numbers, it may not necessary that data gives some information. Actually what happen when there is a suppose data, this data when we process, then we will get the information. Information is always meaningful. कहते ना information है, इसका मतलब that mean there is a some information, certain. But data, for example, there is a different type of building material in interactive life, cement, bricks, iron. When there is a different type of raw facts. When we process, then we make some infrastructure, some buildings. That is the meaningful. Same concept is here. Data, when we process, then we get the information, and information is always meaningful. So all the things related with this data, there is a long term distance between the branch and the head branch. So how, and number of branches related to a one distributed network. So there is a need of technology, that is cloud. We can remotely access the data with the help of internet. Okay. So I am explaining the cloud. What is the cloud actually? What is the cloud computing, data information? These are the terms. These are things that are spread. Why cloud computing needed? We can also take some example like MNCs that had branch distributed among different type of countries, USA, Canada, India. Then how they manage the accessing of the data? This is not possible that physically we can travel to go. So we need a distributed server. We need a server from where we can access the data. We can upload the data. Okay. This is the basic need of IT companies, that need some more requirement of the data day by day activities. Okay. So next we come up to characteristics of the, suppose characteristics of cloud computing. Cloud computing. First is the agility. Basically, the network which we can use from the distributed system. Okay. So agility is the characteristic, flexibility, scalability, high availability, reliability, multi-sharing, low cost. These are the terms we use for the characteristics. High availability, suppose second point, like high availability. If we physically store a data, suppose in a pen drive, in a local disk, so this may be available for the some certain conditions, certain timings, certain locations. But when we save the data, store the data in a cloud with the help of internet, then we can access it any time, 24/7 available. But condition is it should be fast internet. Without the fast internet speed, like in some rural side, there is creating some problem, but data is available, high available. Reliability is also, we can reliable from such type of technology to store the data and access at any time. We use some security feature also, high security is also provided in this type of technology, because data travels in network, so there may be some problems of hackers, misuse of the data. So we use some security feature and our data is very reliable. Technology is very reliable. Okay. High scalability. We can scale our network as the requirement. Suppose there is a fixed when a startup start and there is just some branches, but after some years, sometimes there is a need of the network to be scalable, multiple branches on different type of location and cities. So it may be possible that we use high scalability. You can access given to the kernels to the data, and we can use different type of authentication to access the data. Same multi-sharing. Multi-sharing is a concept. Suppose there is a local drive, then how much client we can use this? Some limited capacity is there, but this is on the data on the cloud. So we can share that concept, that storage to multiple our clients, multiple branches. Also, if we think for the cost wise, very efficient technology, low cost. One time when we develop a network storage cloud, then there is no need to again we develop the different locations, same things, infrastructure, servers, then other location for this. This will create more money. So this technology help to establish the things in one time and minimize the cost. So there are the different type of characteristics: agility, high availability, reliability, scalability, multi-sharing, low cost. On security basis, it is very secure. We need not to worry about this, that some personal data on the clouds. No problem at all. We provide some, this technology provide the security for our data. Suppose I am explaining it with a network site. There is a cloud server and we connect it with different type of client. Client means nodes, users, like node 1, node 2, node 3. As I told you that this is the high scalable, then there no need not to worry about that this is a fixed structure. We can't add something or editing something on the network. So there is no problem. Okay. Same side, different type of branches or client side, we can also manage the things. We can add up as depend on this, like that. Different type of node, different type of structures, branches we can add with the cloud server, and we can give the permission to access the cloud server. Okay. So flexibility, scalability is also a feature. We can later add on some branches if we want to start on the some things, then we can generate and scalable. Okay. So this is very compatible technology. As a conventional type, we use some local systems. Before that, filing local system, local network. So there is a big problem. When a distance want to cover, suppose MNCs, IT companies, daily we use some number of softwares, data, queries. So we use this type of technology efficiently.